Look at me. I want you to imagine your life 5 years from now. You are in a meeting. You are on vacation. Someone speaks to you in English. And you freeze. Again. You use the same basic vocabulary. Again. You feel that same familiar knot of shame in your stomach. If you keep doing what you are doing right now, that is your future. You are going to die an intermediate learner. Does that make you angry? Good. It should. Because you have spent hundreds of hours, maybe thousands of dollars, trying to master this language. And you are stuck. You aren't a beginner anymore. You know the grammar rules. You can order a coffee. You can understand a slow YouTube video. But you aren't advanced. You can't express your real personality. You can't handle a fast-paced group discussion. You feel like you are wearing a straitjacket of limited language. Welcome to the intermediate plateau. The place where fluency dreams come to die. I'm Tom, and welcome to English Adventure. Today, we are not talking about grammar tips. We are having an intervention. Because the reason you are stuck is not because English is too hard. It's not because you aren't smart enough. You are stuck because you are addicted. You are addicted to being a student. You are addicted to the comfort zone of textbooks, apps, and classrooms. You have built a nice, safe little cage for yourself called learning, and you are terrified to step outside of it into the real world of doing. Today, we are going to smash the cage. This is going to be a long video. It's going to be uncomfortable. But if you watch this to the end and actually do what I say, this will be the last How to Learn English video you ever need to watch. Part 1. The diagnosis, the addiction to studying. Let's define the problem. Why do beginner learners improve so fast, while intermediate learners stay stuck for years? When you are a beginner, everything is new. Every word you learn doubles your ability to communicate. You learn water, food, bathroom. Boom. Survival. The progress is intoxicating. You feel like a genius every day. But then you hit the intermediate stage. You know the 3,000 most common words. You know the basic tenses. Now, to improve by just 1%, you have to put in 10 times the effort. This is the law of diminishing returns. Most people cannot handle this. They stop feeling the dopamine hit of rapid progress. They get frustrated. They feel like they are running on a treadmill. So what do you do to comfort yourself? You go back to what worked when you were a beginner. You buy another grammar book. You download another flashcard app. You sign up for another course promising fluent in 3 months. You are doing fake work. It feels like progress because you are busy. You are ticking boxes. Look, I finished chapter 12 of advanced grammar. Who cares? Can you use the grammar from chapter 12 in a high-pressure argument with your boss? No. Then you didn't learn it. You just recognized it on a page. You are hiding in the student zone. The student zone is safe. In the student zone, there are clear rules. There are right and wrong answers. There is a teacher to tell you, good job. The real world is chaos. There are no rules. People mumble. They use slang you've never heard. There is no teacher to save you. You are terrified of the chaos, so you retreat to the safety of the classroom mentally. You have adopted the identity of a lifelong learner. Stop wearing that like a badge of honor. It's an excuse. A learner is someone who is preparing to do something. A speaker is someone who is doing it. Imagine a guy who wants to be a carpenter. He spends 10 years reading books about wood. He watches thousands of videos about hammers. He buys the best saw. But he has never actually built a table. Is he a carpenter? No. He's a guy who knows a lot about carpentry facts. You are that guy. You know a lot of facts about English. But you are not an English speaker. As long as your identity is, I am learning English. Your brain will always prioritize studying over performing. It will always prioritize accuracy over connection. To break the plateau, you have to kill the student identity. You have to decide that your learning phase is officially over. Part 2. The shift acquisition versus learning. So, if studying doesn't work anymore, what does? We have to shift from explicit learning to implicit acquisition. Explicit learning is what you did in school. Memorizing rules, charts, definitions. It's conscious, slow, and painful. It's great for beginners to get a foundation. Implicit acquisition is how you learned your first language as a baby. You didn't study grammar books. You were surrounded by the language, you needed it to survive, and your brain subconsciously absorbed the patterns over time. The intermediate plateau happens because you are trying to use beginner tools, explicit learning, to solve an advanced problem, fluency. You cannot memorize your way to fluency. You cannot textbook your way to being funny, charming, or persuasive in English. Those are subconscious skills. To acquire English implicitly, you need massive, overwhelming amounts of comprehensible input that you actually care about. And here is the key constraint that most of you ignore. It cannot be material designed for English learners. If you are B2 level, and you are still listening to podcasts where the host speaks slowly and explains vocabulary definitions, you are actively holding yourself back. You are keeping your brain sitting in the kiddie pool when it's ready for the ocean. Your brain is lazy. If you give it slow, clear audio, it will only learn to process slow, clear audio. It has no incentive to speed up its processing power. You need to put your brain in a sink or swim situation. You need to consume content made by native speakers for native speakers. Content where they aren't trying to teach you English. They are just trying to entertain or inform you. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, you will miss 40% of what they say at first. Good. That feeling of confusion? That's the feeling of your brain stretching. That's the feeling of growth. If you understand everything you hear, you are wasting your time. You need to be in the zone of proximal development. The sweet spot where it's just hard enough to be frustrating, but not impossible. You have to stop treating English as a subject you study, and start treating it as the medium through which you live your life. If you love cooking, stop learning cooking vocabulary from a textbook. Start watching Gordon Ramsay scream at people in a kitchen. You will learn the real language of cooking, the rhythm, the attitude, the slang, in context. You are trying to build a house by studying bricks. I want you to go live in the house even though it doesn't have a roof yet. Part 3. The protocol, the burn the boats challenge. Okay, Tom. Nice philosophy. What do I actually do tomorrow morning? You need a radical shock to your system. A hard reset on your habits. History tells us about commanders who, upon landing on enemy shores, ordered their soldiers to burn their own boats. There was no retreat. They had to win or die. You need to burn your boats. You need to destroy your escape routes back to the safety of your native language and your learner materials. Here is the 30-day advanced protocol. Rule number 1, the content purge. For the next 30 days, you are forbidden from using any material designed for English learners. Delete Duolingo. Throw away your grammar book. Unsubscribe from YouTube channels that teach 50 useful phrases. Yes, you can keep subscribing to me, because I'm not teaching you phrases, I'm teaching you mindset. If the content has a teacher in it, it's gone. You must replace it with real-world native content. Netflix, podcasts, YouTube, articles from the New York Times or BuzzFeed. If you don't know what to watch, think about what you watch in your native language. Watch that, but in English. Rule number 2, the default language switch. Look at your phone right now. What language is it in? Your computer? Your video games? Your Facebook interface? Change them all to English. Today, This seems small, but it is psychological warfare. You are telling your brain, English is not a special activity we do for 1 hour a day. English is the operating system of my life. You need to be annoyed by English. You need to be frustrated when you can't find the settings menu because it's in English. That frustration forces your brain to adapt. Rule number 3, the production demand. We talked about this before, but we are dialing it up. You cannot just consume, you must produce. Every day for 30 days, you must do one of two things. Option A, speak for 10 minutes uninterrupted. Talk to yourself while driving. Record a voice memo journaling your day. It doesn't matter if it's full of mistakes. The goal is continuous flow. Option B, write 300 words. Not exercises. Real writing. Write a scathing review of a movie you hated. Write an email to your future self. Write an argument about politics. You have to force the output. You have to make your brain sweat. Rule number 4, embrace the suck. This next month is going to be miserable. You are going to feel stupid. You are going to feel like you've gone backward because you'll realize how much real English you don't understand. Your ego is going to take a beating. This is necessary. You have to break down your false confidence in textbook English to build real confidence in real English. You have to be willing to sound like an idiot for 6 months to sound like a pro for the rest of your life. The intermediate plateau is a comfortable prison. Most people die in there. They spend their whole lives talking about how they are working on their English. Don't be most people. Stop studying. Stop learning. Start living in the language, messy, imperfect, and loud. Decide today. Are you a lifelong student? Or are you an English speaker? You can't be both. If you are ready to burn the boats and finally break out of this prison, hit the like button. Subscribe to English Adventure. The coddling is over. I'm Tom. Get to work.